Hi guys, okay, so today we're going to look at the 5 reasons why you fail at keto. Okay guys, if that's something you want to watch, stay tuned. So now we're looking at the 5 main reasons why you have problems on keto. They're going to make you fail, and so I've highlighted them here, and then we're going to go through them, and it's going to just give you that main information that's going to help prevent you from dropping out of your diet. It's going to give you that help to boost, know what's ahead, choose wisely, and be able to avoid any of these incidents. Now, also on top of that, I give you the solution. So how can you combat it and prevent it? So, okay guys, without further ado, let's go on to reason number 1. Okay guys, so reason number 1, neglecting electrolytes. So you can see that obviously here from the picture, your electrolytes are extremely important. You have 5 main electrolytes. Most people talk about just 3 of them. You've got sodium, you've got potassium, you've got magnesium, you've got calcium, and you've got chloride. Now the chloride is the element chlorine. It just changes because it's got an extra electron, meaning it's called a chloride in scientific nomenclature. Here we go, let's have a look here at the picture. Insulin drops causes kidneys to dump water and sodium. Result is dehydration and keto flu. You don't want keto flu. Keto flu is going to make you feel terrible. You can solve it by having your electrolytes and have a much better entrance into ketosis and a sustained length of diet time. Now, what's the clean solution? Here we go. You need to take supplements. Best thing is to take supplements or foods that give you your electrolytes. You can see here high quality sea salt, you can have that, you can have bone broth, electrolyte water. I advocate just having an effervescent or tablet electrolyte. Gives you pretty much tons of your amount you need every day, and then the rest hopefully you'll get from your food. Those are good foodstuffs there, and other good recommendations. Sodium, the salt comes from that. Sodium chloride, you've got the top one and the bottom of the 5, and they both help with your electrolytes and your metabolic functions. They do other things as well, but this, for example, sodium chloride gives the chloride that makes your hydrochloric acid. So that's what they do. They do several different functions, but as an electrolyte, it also functions in your nervous system for your central and peripheral nervous system. So here we go. You can see here what is the keto flu. You've got fatigue, you've got feeling bad, brain fog, headaches. Again, that's what you want to avoid. And so if you follow that and you take supplements or you take electrolyte water, bone broth, these are going to really help for you to stay healthy and have no problems in keto. Okay guys, reason number 2. So, over-consuming dirty keto products. This is an issue. When you go into your diet, you want to make sure that obviously that you're conducive for your diet. The clean keto or semi-clean keto at least, you want to go in clean keto. You want to make sure that you're eating only whole foods, and then you'll be perfect in ketosis. And then later when you're like fat adapted or you're already in ketosis, then you can think, oh, I might have this or that, but it could be a slippery pathway. Now, what we got here, so reason here, you've got store-bought keto bars, artificial sweeteners, low-carb bread, commercial salad dressings, relying on store-bought bars, low-carb breads, and sugar-free sweets. These products are often packed with inflammatory ingredients. Results, stalled weight loss and intense cravings. So they're not only quite chemically and bad for you, but they also hold problems to push you out of the diet, some of them. So you don't know what you're eating. It's probably not the bar's fault. You haven't read the ingredients. The ingredients, it says protein bar. You haven't seen maltitol. Maltitol is going to kick you out of the diet. It's 75%, 75% carbs. Plus it also spikes your blood sugar. There's an example. Now, again, how do you solve it? Look at the clean solution here on the picture. Focus on whole single ingredient foods. So if no one's processed or touched your food, you've got clean food on your hand, you know what you're getting. Now, focus on 80 to 90% whole, fresh, single ingredient foods, sourced from quality meats, wild-caught seafood and fresh vegetables, effortless fat burning, improved muscle tone, mental clarity. So guys, that's number 2. Here's number 3. So, number 3, stress and lack of sleep, the cortisol chronicles. Now, one problem is if you don't sleep well and you're stressed as well, adding those two together, you've got plenty of cortisol pumping around your body. This will cause issues for your diet. When you pump lots of cortisol around your body, you also can promote something called gluconeogenesis, which is going to turn your body into producing glucose. So that's what you don't want. So is when you're on the keto diet, you understand that you have blue light exposure, caffeine excessive, you've got probably problems on your mind, and so when you get stressed, this is going to happen. So chronically high cortisol levels block fat burning and increase fat storage. Poor sleep impairs insulin sensitivity, making you more prone to carb cravings. Results: stalled progress, muscle loss, and intense, hard to control cravings. Now, what's the clean solution? Here we go. Recovery and sleep hygiene. How do you get yourself into fantastic sleep roles? Now, here we go. Nature walks and exercise. These will always help you calm your nervous system with maybe chamomile tea, no sugar obviously. Deep sleep routines, yes, and micronutrient dense foods. Here we go. Implement stress management techniques, meditation, deep breathing. Focus on sleep hygiene, consistent schedule, cool and dark room, no screen before bed, and result: optimized hormone balance, effortless appetite control, better mood, and faster recovery from muscle tone. So what does this mean? This means that now you have the clean solution, and we understand quite obviously that you are going to be able to sleep like a baby. And I don't mean crying wet the bed all night. So here we go. Reason 4, guys. Overconsuming, sneaky carbs and not tracking. So you should have a journal or a notepad, write down the date, and every time you make your meal, write down what you put in and calculate out and make sure you're under 20 grams. This is the biggest thing here, over-consuming sneaky carbs, because sometimes called stealth carbs. These are in lots of foods that you eat. You have your refined rapeseed oil, commercial keto dressing, you have artificial sweeteners, you have low carb bread. They all have a tiny bits of carbs, or sometimes they don't show all the carbs because sometimes they're accumulative and they're not mentioned because they're not mentioned as it on a product list, which means unfortunately you're getting some additional carbs. And so there are plenty of examples out there. So store-bought bars, low carb breads, sugar-free sweets. What happens, these products are packed with hidden starches and artificial sweeteners, persistent cravings, and stall weight loss. Be careful, sugar-free things especially. Watch what the ingredients are. Are they going to impact you? Now, clean solution, prioritize whole foods and track macros. So you're obviously looking at your macros, you're looking at your carbohydrates, protein, your fats, and your nucleic acids. So you want to understand to track them. Obviously we look at fat, protein, and we look at fat, protein, and carbs, carbohydrates, and so obviously we'll look at those. Again, focus on 80 to 90% whole single ingredient fresh food. Again, focus on good product sources, so like wild caught seafood. It will give you optimized metabolic rate, improved muscle tone, and mental focus. So no issue there whatsoever. Now, reason number 5. So guys, reason 5, quit before fat adaptation patience, guys. What does that mean? It means you are giving up too quickly. Now, the main idea is people quit pretty much on day 3 on a keto diet. It's really popular because they're not taking into account to eat healthily. They're not taking their electrolytes. They get all stressed. They start keto flu and they go, that's it, I quit. You've got to be able to push through the first pretty much 4 days. Once you get past those 4, it's plain sailing. You get better and better and better. So all those cravings will disappear. You'll soon have mental clarity. Your ketones are produced. You start getting better and better. By week 1, you're starting to go, this is much better. Week 2, you're going, this is fantastic. Week 4, you're literally flying up in the air. You're going, wow, these are fantastic. Super clear ketones for my thought pathways. Now, again, let's have a look here. So, mistake, giving up on during metabolic transition phase. Result, never reaching sustained high energy fat burning state. That's the whole idea of the diet. So, clean solution, focus on patience and fat adaptation. Commit to 30 to 60 days. Tell yourself, no, I don't care what it is. I'm going to keep going. And at the end of 30 days, I'm going to weigh myself. At the end of 60 days, I'm going to weigh myself. Wow. So that's the main idea. You've got to be brave enough to ignore things around you for that long period. Now, understand the adaptation time is necessary for cells to learn to use ketones efficiently and result long-term weight management improved, performance and effortless appetite control. That's the main idea, guys. You will be able to avoid these. You've got the solutions. Yes, 5 problems, 5 solutions, guys. There you go. Now, good luck to you guys. As I said, I hope you liked the video. So, thumbs up, please, and subscribe. If you have any questions, pop them in the comments. Okay, guys, I'll see you on the next one.